Hello, guys. Let me tell you a story of three of my friends. Now, the first friend is a fresher who is just getting out of college. He's worried about his career. He's worried about what kind of job he's going to get in the workplace. The second friend who has already worked in the industry for 14, 15 years, he's also worried because he's not getting increment or promotion. And my third friend, who is my senior, is on the wrong side of the 50s. That means he's above 50 and he has been working in the industry for almost 20, 25 years now. Now, the point here is he's also worried about what next after 5 years, in the last 5 years of his career, 5 to 7 years. Will he be able to reach to a destination or the objective that he always aspired to? Or will he get the benefits or fruit? Will he be able to reap the fruits of whatever efforts he has put in his career in the last 22 or 3, 2.5 decades? So all these people, they are actually worried about jobs. What kind of jobs they will get? Will the job be able to provide the expected returns to them? It can be financial returns or esteem or prestige or whatever. So all these three pointers or these three friends, basically they are worried about their jobs and how the changes happening at the workplace and around them will affect their prospects of a successful career. So point here is recession. How do we make our careers recession proof? So while discussing with all of these three friends of mine, I could sense a topic here which is about making your careers recession proof or selecting a recession proof career or building a career that is recession proof. Now, as you know, recessions can be political, industrial, workplace related, natural. Natural in the sense because of the natural calamities, people may lose jobs and there can be problems in the industries. Complete industries can get wiped out. Now, due to advanced technologies, certain industries are getting wiped out. Due to political situations, certain industries are getting out. Due to financial pressure, also certain industries are getting out. So, if at all you are in the industry which is directly, which can be directly affected by all these external factors, obviously, then you have to change your job, even you have to change your industry in some cases. Now, if you don't want to change the industry, obviously there are certain things that must be taken care of right at the start of the career. Because once you get into industry and then after 10, 15, 20 years, you try to change the industry, there's a huge loss of time because you will be considered a fresher in the new industry. So whatever time you have spent in your current industry will be null and void. So all these aspects are important. And if at all of us are looking at a recession-proof careers, or if you are already in the careers, how do we make our careers recession-proof? Then I thought of sharing certain details with you or certain observations with you. In today's video, we are going to look at two things. First is, as a person, what all things can I control that can help me in building my career that is recession-proof? That is one thing. That is personally controllable things. The second is the ecosystem around me that I cannot control. The things in the industry or the workplace or the scenario or the trends, market trends that I cannot control personally are the second section of this video. So we will segregate this video into two things. In order to make your careers recession-proof, what all things we as a person can do, and second section will be what all things we need to take care that is not in our control. They are part of the ecosystem that is around us. So let us start with how do we make our careers recession-proof. First section is personally what all things we can do that can make our careers recession-proof. The first is we need to understand what in-demand skills are, and we need to acquire those skills as soon as possible. Especially for freshers, it is very easy because it is a clean blank slate and he can always write his career right from the scratch. So this is where you basically need to understand or monitor or study what the market trends or what our industry is doing and in what direction industry is moving, so that you will understand what are the in-demand skills. If at all, if I'm already having those skills, well and good, we are ready for the get in. And if we are not, we don't have this in-demand skills as of now, how do we acquire them? What all things can be done to acquire these in-demand skills so that our career also will be in demand, so that we will necessarily get paid and then obviously get promoted in the near future. So to understand this in-demand skills, we must focus on the tech skills, basically the technologies or the workplace trends or the trends that are coming in the multiple industries that we need to be aware of. Now, for example, artificial intelligence, data analytics, cybersecurity, cloud computing, genomics, These are digital transformation. These are the things that are in fintech, for example, financial technologies, financial services. These are the in-demand skills as of now. So if at all I'm a fresher who is aspiring to be successful in my career, that is recession-proof, then obviously I can look at certain in-demand skills and then try and acquire it if I don't have. If I already have, obviously, then I can immediately start. Then the second thing, with the in-demand skills, first thing is having in-demand skills, and then obviously getting certified and trained is in-demand skills. If you have certification of certain skill, obviously it is a validation of your expertise or your experience or your knowledge of the technology or the module. Then it helps in getting better prospects, and obviously you can then jumpstart your career. The second point is, the first point was developing in-demand skills. The second point is diversify your skill set. For example, if I'm very good in certain aspects, in certain skill, I can obviously, it is optional. It is not optional for me to have a masterful skill in a certain section. But at the same time, I should not stop myself at this master skill itself. I need to find out allied skills that can be complemented to this master skill, so that my skill sets are varied basically. So it is called T-shaped skills. Where there's a one strong pillar of a masterful skill that you have, and then you're trying to learn allied skills. So this helps you. And for example, if you're in sales or marketing, for example, if you're in sales, you can try and understand what is happening in marketing, or what is happening in business analytics, what is happening in revenue generation. So all these allied ecosystem that can be covered, so that you basically can have a look at your career or KRA from a different perspective, from a 360-degree angle. You know your role in the complete hierarchy, you know your role in the complete organization. Obviously, it helps in fine-tuning your role. The third point is network effectively. You can be a fresher, you can be a student in a school or college, or you can be a working professional, you can be a seasoned professional, you can be a veteran in the industry. Networking effectively is very important. Being in touch with all your schoolmates, classmates, college mates, then workplace friends, seniors, juniors, neighbors, all those who basically can tune with your frequency. Obviously, you need to be in touch with them, so that as and when they need any help, you should be able in position to help them. And especially if you need any assistance or help, you should be able to go to them and seek assistance and help. Now, the problem here is, if you're not in touch with your friends and colleagues and seniors and juniors and neighbors, then obviously when you need them, they may not be in position to help you, because they may consider you to be a opportunist. You are approaching them only when there is a need. So a friend in need is a right formula. So we need to keep in touch with all our friends, potential friends, and our colleagues, so that as and when required, we'll be able to help them, and they'll be able to help us as and when required. So how do we network? The social media, it can be a very good opportunity. LinkedIn profiles, it can be social media, WhatsApp, it can be Facebook, it can be other media platforms that can be utilized to keep in touch. And if at all you are not using social media platforms, it is a plain and simple calling, picking up the phone and calling the friends, and just chatting for 5 minutes and understand what is happening with their life, and then share your life stories. So being in touch with is very important. And other than the social media platforms, there can be conferences or industry events that also you can attend, that can help you in understanding where the industry as a whole is going, what industrial trends can be expected in the coming 1 to 3 years. So that can help you. And networking effectively is very important. Third point that can we do as a person is having a growth mindset. Whatever we are doing as of now is not sufficient, obviously. Whatever we are doing now is the result of whatever we did in the yesterday. So whatever we are doing now needs to be planned, so that our future is perfect, future is good, future is stable, future is secure. So having this growth mindset is basically always looking for something more when you are working in certain area, and not being complacent or satisfied from the situation you are in. So obviously looking for better skills, better people, better networking, better job prospects and better jobs, and better increments and better workplace, better relationships, better health, etc. So this growth mindset is very important. Resilience also is very important, because situations, obviously not everything can go as per our whims and fancies. There obviously will be ups and downs in life and career. We should be able to manage both ups and downs with equal ease and grace, so that people will understand that you are resilient. And it is not only about people understanding you, but also for your own good, that you are resilient in You are calm and cool in when you are going up, and you are gracious and calm and cool while coming down. So this is growth mindset that we must inculcate. The next point is especially while selecting the industries or the verticals that you are planning to work, you can select certain resilient industries that are so to say recession proof. We will cover this in detail in the second section, obviously. But at the start of the career, it is very easy to understand what in-demand skills and where the general industry trends are. You can get help from the mentors, industry experts, industry veterans, or even World Economic Forum reports can be a very interesting tool to understand what we should be expecting in next 5, 10, 15 years. So every January, there will be the veterans of the world from all the walks of life will be gathering at Davos, Switzerland, and they will be discussing about, they will be thinking about, they will be collaborating about the next 5, 10 years of the world growth. So this is the World Economic Forum. Obviously, publishes a lot of reports. The top 10 technologies, top 10 advanced technologies, top 10 threats, etc., etc. Based on studies, obviously, we can align our careers to the resilient engine industries. Now, just to give example, we'll cover this in detail in the second section. But healthcare, education, or utilities, technology can be a good situation, good area to be in. Then the next point is financial. You should be financially literate. See, earning money is one thing. A lot of people can earn money, but making sure that money works for you, or making sure that money is invested at the right place and money starts working for you, is very different skill set. So if you are able to do this, if you are able to make money work for you, obviously then you are in a very different league. And whatever salary or whatever income we have, can we have multiple sources of incomes? Can we utilize the income in a proper way? Can we not splurge our incomes? Can we not get into depreciating assets? So this can be certain aspects that we must be aware while we start the career or at any stages of careers. Financially very aware and literate. The next point is focus on personal branding. Whatever we do in our daily routines, almost 99% people are just observing us. So yeah, in one study, it was proved that a human being cannot maintain actual connections with more than 150 people at the same time. So even if you calculate, you will be having meaningful conversations or communications or relations with only 150 people, including your clients and subordinates and juniors and seniors and coaches and everybody. So this is where actually whatever we do can be directly observed by these people, whereas 99% of the people around us will only be observing us and making their building their perceptions about us. They'll be building our image in their mind based on the observations that they make. How do we walk? How do we treat other people? How do we treat the people who are not of any help to us, etc., etc. So this perception and branding is very important. For example, if somebody says, let's answer, you don't know me, Nilesh Kajle, and if somebody says Nilesh Kajle to a person who knows me, the first thought that comes in his mind about me is what his image or perception about me is. So if this can be positive, obviously the person will be jolly, person will be approachable, person will try and help you. If your image is negative, if you are perceived to be a bad influence or bad character, obviously then people will stay away from you. So the way we interact with people, the way we handle our situations, the way we handle our success, the way we handle our failure. Obviously, 99% people are just observing and they're building their brand image about us in their mind. So we should be very careful about this, because the building image takes years and years, whereas breaking them can be a moment or incidence that can ruin our complete, I'll not say career, but brand image or perception. So this is important, especially with social media, where we are discussing of all these aspects. Or based on this presentation, people will be forming their opinions about me, who Nilesh Kajle may be. They may not know about me in detail, but based on the perception or based on the imagery that I am portraying, people will be building their perception about me. So I should be very careful. All of us should be very careful in what we do on social media and in society. Then obviously there can be multiple ways of building your perception and brand. For example, YouTube channels, personal blogs, personal websites. These are all recommendations, LinkedIn profiles. So this can be some of the tools of building personal branding. The next point in that can help as a person we can do to recession-proof our career is understand workplace politics and value that we add to the workplace. Now, workplace politics is not only about exploiting others. It is actually not about exploiting others, but it is workplace politics in the right context is basically coming together and utilizing all our strengths and focusing towards achieving an organizational or the collective agenda or objective. Unfortunately, some people in the office and around us try to exploit others just to safeguard their interest and further their careers. That is exactly why workplace politics has a negative connotation, unfortunately. But actually, it is a positive concept wherein I am basically working with a lot of people in a positive context, utilizing all our collective strength towards achieving our collective aims and goals and objectives. As it can be observed, it can be organization, it can be society, it can be family, it can be any place, it can be team, sports team for that matter. So this office politics is very important. I will not say that you should engage in office politics actively to exploit others. I'm saying we should be aware of workplace politics or office politics to extent wherein we can at least safeguard our own interests and not allow others to utilize our own exploit us. The next point is value. What kind of value we can add to our team? What kind of value we can add to our family? What kind of value we can add to society? What kind of value we can add to industry also is very important. We should be aware of it. For example, appreciation and self-esteem. And these are the biggest contributors to confidence building. Especially in the organizations or workplaces, you may not get appreciated fully for the things that we do. In those situations, we should be aware of what value we are adding, and we should be able to stand up and share with the right people at the right time the value that we are adding to the team or the organization. It is crucial, extremely crucial. It is also part of this personal branding and perception that we build in the minds of our colleagues and friends and the industry as a whole. The next point is being very well aware of trends that are happening in our industry. Now, trends can be political, social, geographical, industrial, professional, economical. So, lot of trends that are happening and that can directly impact our careers. So, we should be aware of all those trends and we should be able to understand whether this trend will complement our skill sets or we need to enhance our skill sets so that we can ride this trend. This is also very important. As we discussed, World Economic Forum reports can be a good place to know more about such trends. Industrial events or conferences also can be good. Discussions with your industry peers also can be a good way of understanding what is happening in the industry. Then the new indicators, industry indicators, magazines, industry reports. All these aspects we need to be very clear of, and we are very open to the ideas and very open to the things that are happening around us. We can never at any given point of time in our careers be complacent at the place we are in and not expect anything to go wrong. Obviously things will go wrong and we should not be caught on the wrong foot. The next point is plan your career transitions and basically careers we're talking about 30-40 years of our lifespan. Obviously, not everything is going to go as our plan. There are going to be ups and downs. So ups and downs in the sense you will get first job, you will lose your job, you will get married, then you'll be having children, then obviously social responsibilities, family responsibilities, EMIs, financial responsibilities. Parents will be getting older, their responsibility. Then you will be getting demoted, you will be getting promoted, you will be getting things leave, you will be getting relocated. There can be so many other things. You will be falling sick. And there can be accidents, your company can go bankrupt, etc., etc. You will be given national responsibility. There will be multiple teams working under you. So you will be moving from individual contributor to a good team member, to a dependable team member, to a team leader, to a regional team leader, to a national team leader, and then obviously global roles. So my point here is to change ourselves based on this career growth stages is very important, and then we can do this only by career mapping. We keep on saying this career planning is dead. We do not have sufficient data to plan our careers. Whatever we do with our careers is career mapping. Career mapping is basically taking decisions based on the information that we have. It can be short term, 1, 2, 3, 4 years, and that is exactly what we can do. Unfortunately, at this point in time, there is nobody in the world that can forecast what will happen after 5 or 10 years with our careers, and that is why career planning is not possible. Career mapping is the right solution, and career mapping is a very frequently updated process. So we need to update our career mapping plans very frequently, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, etc. Career transitions also need to be taken care of very positively because we cannot avoid them. And how do we approach and how do we manage these career transitions makes our careers recession proof. So these are some of the aspects, and the most important thing is uh, you should have a mentor in whatever. The mentor can be your friend, philosopher, senior, junior in the industry, outside industry, neighbor. It can be anybody, but we need to find a mentor who will be actually who will understand what you are going through, will be able to understand, will be able to guide you, and who knows more than you about your problems and how do we solve them. Especially with the seniors, your college seniors or the senior industry peers or industry seniors can help you as mentors, because whatever you are going through at this point in time, they have already observed, they have already undergone all those experiences, and they know how to learn from them, and they know how to manage those difficult times. So especially difficult times. So in this situation, mentors can be a very important tools, very important people in your life that can guide you in the right direction. So these were the personal things that I can do to make my career recession proof. Similarly, these are the personal very at least the things that are in my control. These things can be done to make sure that whatever recessions hit our careers or industries, we should be able to at least have a support system in and around us. Now, the second section of this video is basically, now if I'm talking about how about controlling things, how about understanding things that are not in my control. For example, industry, for example, market, for example, workplace scenario, for example, political policy making, for example, financial conditions, for example, natural calamities. So all these aspects can be taken care. We cannot control them. That is why we need to basically make sure that how do we minimize the negative impact of all these activities or all these events on our careers. So to do this, what the best important very thumb rule is basically, so as a human beings, we have been surviving for thousands and thousands of years, and we have three basic needs: food, shelter, and clothing. Two more acquired needs we have generated, which is greed and fear. So if at all if at all we can position or build our careers based on in and around all those five aspects: food, protection, food, shelter, clothing, fear, and greed, then obviously our careers can be recession proof. This is oversimplification of what I'm trying to say. But based on this logic, common logic, let us understand what kind of industries can be recession proof to a certain extent, to a great extent compared to others. The first is healthcare and pharmaceuticals. As you know, as a human being, we are a hardware and software combination. So our health is of paramount importance. The physical health and the mental health and financial health are obviously those financial and social health and professional health is different. But at least to discuss this, physical health and mental health is of paramount importance. And as human beings, we are prone to diseases, we are prone to illnesses, and that is exactly why healthcare and pharmaceuticals is going to be a recession-proof industry, irrespective of whatever advances we do in our technologies in and around us. So healthcare and pharmaceutical can be a good industry to be in. It can be doctors, nurses, salespeople, medical technicians, home health aides, caregivers, pharmaceutical research and sales, telemedicine and health IT, mental health professionals, therapists, psychologists, etc. It can actually be hospital maintenance, hospital management, and it can be hospital building, etc., etc. The second, so healthcare and pharmaceutical is one industry. The second industry can be information technology. So whatever modern advancements are in the technology, the basic of connectivity remains same. So you can always have artificial intelligence, digital forensics, then obviously digital transformation, big data analytics. So everything is running on the basic infrastructure that is IT, information technology. It can be hardware or software. So if at all we can be part of a module of this information technology that is recession-proof, our careers can be very stable. For example, cybersecurity, cloud computing, infrastructure, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, data analysis, IT support, network administration. So as of now, all these roles are in demand. Whereas as we go further, we need to keep our eyes open so that we understand if at all there can be some solution to cybersecurity. We should not be there, because cybersecurity is basically a combination of human fear and human greed. So as long as human brains are working, cybersecurity will be in need of the hour. So I'm just giving example. Whatever we are in, for example, I'm working in cybersecurity for the last 6-7 years now. So if at all we can be in this industry, and I've been in IT for almost 20 years now, 25 years. So if at all we can align our careers to suit these industries, it is certainly going to help us. And once we are in this recession-proof industry, we need to keep on evolving. We need to keep on learning, relearning, and learning new things so that we cannot go absolute. We cannot be replaceable. So this is second, information technology. Obviously, there are threats to software developers to a certain extent because of artificial intelligence and modular softwares that are available in the industry. So we, as if you are a software developer, we actually need to look at certain allied skill sets that can help you. For example, Python. So we keep on evolving as we move in this industry. The third can be education and skill development. As you are aware, as long as people are taking birth and dying, there's going to be need of education and self skill development and self development. And this is a recession-proof business. Whatever happens in online video, YouTube videos, and you can always get all the skill sets and all the education, but the actual human face-to-face or personal touch is not going to be out of fashion at any given point in time. So online educators, course creators, professors, teachers, tutors, corporate trainers, edtech product specialists, developers, careers coaches and counselors. So all these are going to be very important, irrespective of what technology takes shape, irrespective of what situation is. People are always going to need help in getting educated and career counseled and get their skills developed. And it is a never-ending process. So this is the educational and skill development. The fourth can be utilities and public services. It can be, for example, electricity, water, sanitation. Again, it is based on our basic needs of food, shelter, and clothing. So whatever we need, sanitation, water, electricity, these are the primary basic needs of human beings. Irrespective of whatever technology advancements that happen in the industry, in the world, these things are not replaceable. So all the support required for this manufacturing and maintaining and taking care of all these facilities and public services is going to be recession proof always. The next is consumer staples or consumables basically. It can be good, it can be hygiene products, it can be household appliances. So whatever that is required for a person to live a good life or to live basically, it is going to be recession proof. It can be supply chain logistics, it can be grocery, retail and management, it can be food production and agriculture, it can be quality control and safety compliance. So agriculture for that matter, these are recession-proof businesses, consumer staples and consumables. So the next point is financial services. Again, it is a part of human fear and greed. More and more money. How do I get more and more money? And how do I protect my money? So all this, and money basically is required to cater to your basic needs also. So as long as we are dealing in money, financial services are going to be recession-proof. It can be financial advisors, it can be planners, it can be accountants, it can be auditors, it can be risk managers, it can be risk specialists, it can be debt managers, it can be recovery professionals, it can be fintech, anybody and everybody related to fintech, financial technologies. So this is again a financial services is a recession-proof business. The next is obviously government and defense. As long as we tend to survive as a country, as a state, there needs to be a government machinery to rule our lives, to keep all of us in check, keep all of us in a flock, and there needs to be a defense mechanism that can support us, that can protect us from any other external or internal risks or dangers. So again, government and defense is not going to be recession-proof, irrespective of whatever outsourcing they plan and do. There's a certain limit below which they cannot outsource and reduce their work strength. So that is why government and defense is going to be recession-proof. The next is obviously repair and maintenance services. So whatever we are manufacturing, whatever we are building needs proper repair and maintenance from time to time. So as long as we human beings are utilizing equipment, utilizing everything and anything that is around us, it needs repair and maintenance. So this is repair and maintenance services is not again services and products is again recession proof, irrespective of whatever technologies it can be it can be artificial robotics, it can be artificial intelligence, whatever. But as long as human beings are consuming technologies, products and services, these repairs and maintenance services and products are going to be recession proof. The next is legal and compliance. Again, it is related to human freedom and fear. But legal and compliance is basically some section of the society trying to break the rules and some section of the society trying to protect the rules. And there is a arbitrator who will make sure that both the parties are not crossing the lines. So as long as human fear and greed is going to be there is going to be legal and compliance. So it can be advocates, bankruptcy lawyers, it can be corporate lawyers, it can be corporate compliance, it can be contract and intellectual property experts, it can be risk and fraud analysis. I'm giving high level examples, like as you know, advocates basically legal and compliance. Then there is e-commerce and logistics. Again, people consuming a lot of things and making sure that the manufacturers and the consumers are connected using e-commerce and logistics. these things are again recession proof. It can be it can be e-commerce operations management, it can be warehousing fulfillment, it can be last mile delivery services, it can be customer experience specialist. I'm just giving some of the examples. But then the important the new things that are coming up in the industry is renewable energy and sustainability. So this also is government and the global agencies are also focusing very seriously on this renewable energy and sustainability, and that is why these jobs are going to be of a very big importance in coming decade. It can be related to solar and wind energy technicians, energy auditors, environmental consultants, EV infrastructure developers, etc. Again, mental and mental health and wellness. As we discussed about the health and pharmaceuticals, this is the extension of that. So, mental health and wellness, especially against the backdrop of whatever stress and pressure all of us are in, mental health is going to be of paramount importance and wellness. So, a lot of people are going to need this support and counseling related to mental health and wellness. That is why this is going to be recession proof. What if you can always build a new technology, you can always build a new product, you can always make people lazy, but mental health, what are you going to do with the software that we have in our brains? So this mental health is going to be very important. It can be therapists, it can be counselors, it can be wellness coaches, it can be mindfulness and stress management trainers, it can be substance abuse specialists. These are some of the examples. Obviously, the field is very large. And then essential online services, since we are consuming so much products and services online, content creators, digital marketing, SEO specialists, SaaS, software as a service, support managers, customer supports for digital platforms. So all these again are going to be digital recession proof as long as we are consuming internet and digital content. Then emerging recession resistant roles. So whatever is happening around us, there are new roles that are developing which are helping us in making sure that our lives and our way of living is foolproof from the effects of these changes or emerging technologies. So it can be AI trainers, it can be remote work consultants, it can be guides for machine learning, etc., etc. It can be assistants in companies that are in transitioning on digital transformation. So these are some of the aspects that we need to keep in mind if at all we are looking at if at all we are looking at making our careers recession proof. So there's a possibility, obviously, and the two things that are most important is to understand as a person what are things that are in my control. I need to work on those that we covered in the first section, and what are things that are not in my control, but at the same time I must work on those and make sure that they don't negatively impact my success in my career and make my career recession proof is very important. I would request you, say a lot of people are watching my videos, but they are not subscribing or they are not liking or they are not commenting on my videos. I would request you to subscribe, like and comment so that I also get motivation to develop, to generate or create such a content that can be shared with a lot of people and they will get benefited because of all the mistakes that we are doing in our careers. So basic objective here is to share observations and mistakes that we are making so that a lot of people, especially freshers and juniors, can learn from those and they can make their careers recession proof. Thank you very much.